Yeah, yes, he is. It's remarkable what that guy can do, not only off the field in the offseason, but then how it produces on the field. And that's exactly what he's hitting at, is his production, and running backs in general. It pertains to a greater conversation in the NFL and their value and how their contracts have played out. Jason, what do you think about hearing him say, I am contractually obligated to play for them, and that's what I'm going to have to do next season?
I loved it from the standpoint of, we saw the news break, and it was just like Austin Ekeler is seeking permission to get a trade. And I think right away we hear that, and we're just like, wow, he doesn't want to be on the Chargers. He wants to get elsewhere. And then I'm just happy that he came out, he was on the podcast, and he spoke about why he's doing it and let his side of the story be told. And I get it. I mean, for Austin Ekeler, a running back, he's not 30 years old yet, and his prime time for earnings are right now. And he is very underpaid, and he said that. And we understand that, and we know how the NFL is, and we know how they treat their running backs. But if there is a team out there willing to give him a long-term deal and he's able to get paid now, hell, he should go for it. If he wasn't producing, he'd be cut, he'd be asked to take a pay cut, and he'd have to go through that process. So the fact that he is producing, and we talk about the amount of touchdowns he's had, and we put him up against all the other running backs, and we see the production and the rate that it's been at, he said, next year I'm probably going to get another 1,600 yards all-purpose and put up maybe 20 touchdowns. And he's continued to do that throughout his career. So I'm not mad at him. Yes, find someone to pay you. Now, it's a business. So if there's somebody out there willing to pay him, great. If not, to his point, he'll be playing for the LA Chargers next year because he doesn't control and he can't force another team to make a trade and give him a contract.
I keep telling these mothers and these fathers, don't let your sons play running back. Discourage them. Tell the coach he's not a running back. This should be the perfect story. You have this undrafted guy who has busted his butt, who's a great player, nobody's in better shape, nobody seems to be a better guy. If you watch 5 seconds of the Chargers last year, you saw him catch 6 passes. Like, I feel like he caught 300 balls last year. He was the offense. Herbert's the showstopper, and he's the talent. Austin Ekeler was the offense. Incredible. He won everybody's fantasy league. He's in the right age. He's the right guy. And everyone's like, nah, I think we'll just, it sucks. I feel for Austin Ekeler. He should get a huge payday. Austin Ekeler is a $90 million wide receiver right now. $90 million. You know, half of it guaranteed. Great deal. The running back, they're like, yeah, you see Pacheco in the Super Bowl? 7th round pick. Easy. Great. Tough. I have no solution for him, Tom. You can't produce more, you can't say the right thing, you can't play your cards better, and yet there's no one calling, I guess.
My understanding is Austin Ekeler's goal is and has been to finish his career with the Chargers. He also wants to make sure that he is making market value in the remaining prime earning years of his career. So he's due $6.25 million this year in the last year of his contract. That is in line with what the top free agent running backs got. Miles Sanders was right about that same number, but obviously it's well below the Christian McCaffreys of the world. There is interest from other teams. There are no hard offers on the table yet. This could take weeks or even months to resolve. Now, it's also worth mentioning those 38 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons for Austin Ekeler coincide with Brandon Staley becoming the head coach. They have had a great vision for what they want to do with Austin Ekeler. They have had a fantastic partnership. They hope that he stays on the Chargers on a really, really talented team. But we just have to see exactly how this plays out.
Well, that's the thing that's interesting about the Chargers is that you said it could happen in the coming days, weeks, or months. Months, to me, means he becomes a trade deadline guy. And, like, the Chargers want to suss out, like, if they're going to have a Chargers year or a Chargers year, because that division will tell you quite quickly and quite early whether or not you're going to be able to hang down the stretch. And then all of a sudden, like, what does it help the Chargers to move him now versus wait and see how your team is? Because if they continue to get him to produce on the cheap and they're winning with him in their offense, why would they move him?
The upside would be if you trade him prior to this year's draft, you get a pick this year that can help you on a team that you think can win and win big in 2023. But again, the Chargers don't want Austin Ekeler to go anywhere. Austin Ekeler doesn't really want to go anywhere. He wants to get paid. Think of it from the team perspective, too. And you can say that this isn't fair, but it's the reality of the situation. $6.25 million this year. If you franchise tag him next year, that's like $10 million. So that's $16 million over 2 years. If he's trying to get into the Christian McCaffrey type of range, you're into $12, $14, $16 million a year. And I'm not saying that's what he's asking for, but certainly you want to get paid substantially more than you're getting paid right now. If you're the Chargers, just from a fiscal responsibility perspective, you're not sitting there going, we should give him a monster contract at this particular stage, because we've got his prime earning years already locked up. That, again, may not be looked at as a fair thing to him. And are the Chargers willing to do a new contract at some point? Maybe. Right now, he's going out there finding out what the marketplace is for him elsewhere, and we'll see what offer, if any, somebody comes forward with, because it's not just giving up the draft pick, it's also paying a running back, which teams really, in general, don't like to do.
And I think also for him, it's a matter of just like, hey, lock me up long term. Like, maybe it's not the McCaffrey money, but maybe it's just I don't want to go into a contract year and then be franchised. Hey, give me a 2-year extension where I know, all right, maybe I'm not making the $12 million. Maybe it's somewhere around $9 million and I'm not at the top of the market. But at the very least, I know that you're committed to me beyond just this season. Because like you said, I think Austin Ekeler wants to be there. Brandon Staley and the Chargers want him there. Well, if you're saying you want me there, then show me you want me there with the money and with the contract length.
I don't think anybody faults a player for trying to get the money while they can, especially at a position like running back. When you're an undrafted guy, like Austin Ekeler was, you weren't earning in the early years of your career. You were a minimum guy in the early days there. And so that absolutely affects things. I mean, Austin Ekeler is one of the most fun guys to watch in the entire league. I don't know that there's a better fit for him to continue earning in his career than in L.A., but he's due $6.25 million. He's in a tough spot.
Ekeler will turn 28 this May, which means if he does get tagged, he's 30 the next time he is able to sign a big deal.